Okay, next I want to show you the data bar in conditional formatting. So the data bar is going to just show you visually how the data is progressing just at a glance. And it's very different from the 2 and the 3 color scales that we did in the aspect that you only have one color that you're going to be really working with. If we had data that had positive and negative numbers, then you would have 2 different colors. But with most of the data that we look at in education, you're going to have positive numbers throughout, so it'll just give you one color. So you can format individual columns, or you can format groups of columns like what we've done with our 2 and our 3 color scale, and I want to show you both of those real quick. So to start with just one column, I'm going to start with our beginning of year data on Teacher 3. I'm going to highlight just that column, and I'm going to come up here to Format and Conditional Formatting. And remember, with the current selection, I'm going to say Add a Rule, and I'm going to drop down to Data Bar. And here are a few options that you have on this page. When it first comes up, it's going to give you the option to just let it automatically identify the minimum and the maximum numbers. You can have it and identify the numbers that you want, so there are different ways you can do it. I'm going to show you just the automatic way to start with. So I'm going to let Excel identify what my smallest number is, what my largest number is in this information. And since we've been going with the green being our good data, I'm going to change our positive values over here to green. Remember, since we're not dealing with negative numbers, I don't have to worry about what color negative values would be. So the way that it fills in can either be a solid, which is how all of these cells right here are filled in with solid colors, or you can do a gradient, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to click OK. The borders are going to stay the same. Everything else can stay the same. I'm just going to click OK. And you can see that as the numbers change, you're going to go from a very solid green, and then it's going to fade into white. So when I click OK, Excel has gone in and it has identified my smallest number being 0 is completely white, and then the smaller numbers have very little fill. My highest value right now is 54, and that's graded all the way across. So that's if you wanted to do just one column. But like I said, you can see it's only one color that you look at. It's not going to be the different colors that really stand out. This is just to show progression. So next, I'm going to grab 2 columns, and we'll look at the exact same. I'm going to do conditional formatting again. I want to add a rule to this. I want to do the data bar. And again, I'm going to let it choose what I want. A while ago we did maximum, or the minimum and the maximum automatically. Now let's say we want to see, since we're at mid-year and end of year, I want to make sure and see how I'm progressing with my values that are at least 70 and higher to show who's partial proficient and gaining. So I can put 70 for my minimum number, and then it'll grab everything above that for the maximum. So I want to, again, make my positive numbers that are meeting this criteria green. And I'm going to leave this one solid now just so you can see the difference between the two. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to click OK again. And now for any numbers that were at least 70 or higher, now it's going to give you what looks like the bar graph for each one of these individuals. So that is the data bar for conditional formatting.